In this video, I'll share with you the top 3 tips for learning piano if you suffer from arthritis. Now, the first tip is to get a keyboard which has a light touch. So the great news with this is often the lower priced keyboards. So we have these ones at the back here. These are the Piaggio range from Yamaha, and they start at under £200. Or about $220, something like that, and they're very light to touch. So this helps if you have pain in your fingers when you press down on a keyboard. Now, the more expensive keyboards like this is a weighted keyboard. This has got the more authentic piano feel. However, it takes more force to push it down. So that's the first tip, is go for a non-weighted keyboard. If you're able to actually visit a music shop, obviously the ideal would be to try out the keyboard before you buy one. But if not, these low-priced Piaggio range from Yamaha are great. Second tip is, if you use a patterns-based playing style, then this is much easier, because you don't have to have the same mobility in your fingers to play music, and you can play some really great sounding music just with one hand shape, and I'll show you that in a second. The third tip is to use a fingering which is comfortable for you, and again I'm going to show you that now in a second when I go to the overhead camera on the keyboard. But just to bear in mind, this is the opposite approach to a lot of the traditional type of tuition, where they specify there is an exact fingering that you must use. So I'll show you an approach which is the exact opposite of that, and it's far more fun. Okay, if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you want to receive more videos like this, then please click the subscribe button and the bell icon. If you suffer from arthritis, it's much easier to play using playing patterns. So this involves 2 different things. There is chords. So chords are 3 notes played at the same time. Okay, and these involve hand shapes. So the chords, the order of the notes can change. In more advanced ways of playing, you can change the order around, but let's just focus on the simplest way of playing it. So this is the most common chord shape for beginners, and it's where you play a note, miss a note, play a note, miss a note, play a note. So you've got a gap of a white note in between each, and we're starting on a C or a note 1. Now, with that same shape, it's possible to actually move up each note, so from a 1 to a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're numbering the white keys here, or if you call them by letters, a C, D, E, F, G, A. So just that one shape moving up lets you play those 6 chords, which you can play most songs just using those 6 chords. Okay, so understanding chords and then the hand shape that actually lets you play them from a beginner level to an advanced level is the key thing that will help people playing arthritis. Now, the next tip is that you can use any fingering which is comfortable for you. So the recommended fingering, which I advise, is 1 finger over each key, so that you are playing effectively key 1, 3 and 5 with your fingers 1, 3, 5. So it's your thumb and your middle finger and your little finger. However, if you have arthritis, it doesn't matter which finger you use then, as long as it's comfortable for you. So for example, if these fingers here are not very flexible, or even if they say they're bent in a bit or whatever, then what you could use is those 3 fingers, and you can still play the same chords, and it still lets you play them in a broken style as well, which sounds a bit more advanced. So if you're playing, say, Amazing Grace in the standard way, that would be. Or you could play them in a sequence. I call this a broken chord. That would sound like. So you can play some really nice sounding music really quickly as a total beginner, just using whatever fingers are comfortable. And it's the same with the right hand as well. So whereas there is a recommended fingering, it's fine to actually change that. If you say just want to use, say, just these 3 fingers here, then again it's perfectly okay to actually play tunes with those, like. So playing with patterns, which are chords and also hand shape patterns, is the first tip, and then using whatever fingering is comfortable for you is the next tip. There's more information on this in the free beginner's workbook at DecPlay.com, with extra information for people learning later in life. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it's been useful for you. If you want to receive more videos like this, please press the subscribe button and the bell icon. And you can get a free beginner's piano guide with extra information for learning later in life at DecPlay.com.